Will there be sex in heaven? So someone's asked, will there be sex in heaven? So in the Islamic tradition, yes, we do believe that the believers, both the men and the women, will enjoy sexual relations in heaven or in paradise or in Jannah. Contrary to the Christian tradition, where they believe that there will be no marriage or sex in heaven, whereas as Muslims, according to hadiths of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and what several scholars have said, yes, that Muslims will have sexual relations, will have sexual intercourse with their wives in heaven or in paradise. And I'll read a couple of hadiths which the Prophet, peace be upon him, have said in relation to this particular question. And some of these hadiths I've mentioned in my book, A Taste of Honey, Sexuality and Erotomology in Islam, in a chapter which I entitled Pleasures of the Garden. Pleasures of the Garden, which is a 7th chapter of my book, A Taste of Honey, Sexuality and Erotomology in Islam. So in one particular hadith, the Prophet was asked, will the people of paradise have sexual intercourse? And the Prophet replied, peace be upon him, Na'am, bidhakar la yamil wa shahwatin la tanqati' dahman, dahman. So the Prophet said, yes, the people will have sexual intercourse. It will be with a penis that does not tire and with sexual desire that does not end. Dahman, dahman, meaning orgasmic, or also has been translated to mean for eternity or for eternity. Other scholars have said that dahman, dahman means that there will be no sperm or no ejaculation. So people will have sexual intercourse. It will be pleasurable sexual intercourse for both the male and the female. And it will be for a long period of time, extremely pleasurable, but there will be no sperm or no ejaculation. But it will be orgasmic, so extremely pleasurable. In another hadith, it was reported that the Prophet, peace be upon him, was asked about the private parts and sexual intercourse in Jannah, in paradise. And the Prophet replied, yes, there will be sexual intercourse. Na'am biqabl shahi wa dhakar la yamil. That yes, there will be sexual intercourse in paradise with a front part, i.e. with a vagina that is desirous and a penis that does not become flaccid, i.e. the penis does not become flaccid. Men will not suffer from erectile dysfunction. There will be no men that will be anin, which is an impotent man, and it will be an extremely pleasurable act that both the male and the female partner will both enjoy in paradise. And in another hadith that was reported by Abi Dunya and Bazar, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was asked, will the people of paradise be intimate with their wives? The Prophet, peace be upon him, replied, yes, it will be with a penis that does not tire and a vagina that does not dry and the desire that does not end. So the Prophet said, yes, na'am, bidhakar la yamil, meaning with a penis that does not tire, wa bifajar la yakhfi, and with a vagina that does not get dry, wa shahwatin la tanqati', and with sexual desire that does not end, meaning it's going to be endless. Like it will be extremely pleasurable for both the man and the woman alike. Now, this understanding, or our understanding about intimacy in paradise, this is very different from what the Christian believes or what the Bible teaches. So in the Bible, Jesus was reported to have said in Matthew 22:30, for in the resurrection, people will neither marry nor be given in marriage. They will be like angels in heaven. So in the Bible, and this is why Christians believe that there will be no marriage and there will be no sexual intercourse in heaven. They believe that the only marriage will be with Christ and the church. Whereas as Muslims, we do not believe that. We believe, as what the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, that there will be sexual intercourse in paradise, that men will enjoy sexual intercourse with their wives, and also women will enjoy sexual intercourse with their husbands. And there will be marriage in paradise, in Jannah, that Allah will marry people, that there will be no one, even if someone was not married in this world and they reached paradise, that Allah will marry them with someone. So there will be no one that will be single, and people will enjoy sexual intercourse. So again, the way Muslims or Islam speaks about sexual intercourse in paradise is very different from the Christian or the biblical approach. And in another hadith that was narrated by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah in his book about love, he mentioned a particular hadith where the Prophet, peace be upon him, was asked whether the people of the garden, i.e. people of the paradise, will enjoy intimate relations. And the Prophet replied that righteous women will be with righteous men enjoying sexual pleasure with each other, just like the sexual pleasure you enjoy in this world, except there will be no childbirth. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, he confirmed that there will be sexual intercourse in paradise, and it will be like the sexual intercourse of this world, except that there will be no childbirth. And there's other narrations which I've mentioned where the Prophet, peace be upon him, spoke about that the sexual intercourse in paradise will not have any sperm or ejaculation, and it will be extremely pleasurable both for the male and the female believer. So again, in Islam, we do believe that men and women will enjoy sexual intercourse. This idea that that paradise is just for men and it's just about men having 72 virgins, as is commonly said by critics of Islam, particularly in the West, that is not true, because Muslims, both the male and the female Muslim men and women, will both enjoy sexual intercourse. So it's not just about men's pleasure. In another hadith, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was asked, will we have sexual intercourse with our wives in Jannah, in paradise? And the Prophet, peace be upon him, he replied, yes, you have sexual intercourse in paradise. And I swear by the one who has my soul in his hand, it will be orgasmic, dahman, dahman. And then when a man gets up from his wife, she will become a pure virgin again. She'll return and become a pure virgin again. So this is another hadith in which the Prophet affirmed that there will be indeed sexual relations between the believers, between the believing men and women, for eternity, and it will be extremely pleasurable and orgasmic, and that the women will be eternal virgins. The women will be eternal virgins. Now, it won't be a free-for-all where people will be having sex with each other's wives. That's not the case. People will not be, and in several other hadiths, the Prophet has mentioned that the wives will not look at each other's wives. So it's not like there will be an orgy or anything like that. It's not what some people think, but it will be a pleasurable experience that the man and the woman, when they have sexual intercourse, it's not that everyone or the man's different wives will be looking at his other wife, or they'll be having sex with multiple people. But the believers, both the male and the female believers, will have sexual intercourse in paradise, as the Prophet, peace be upon him, has said.